Hi, I'm John Griffin and welcome to Chapter 4, The History of the Fitzroy Inn. We've put together a history walk and it all starts here. When you walk into the foyer, you'll find information plaques and photographs, old photographs, and all sorts of memorabilia that depicts the history of the inn. This is one of the original rooms of many. It's a lounge dining room and it's still used today as a lounge dining room. What we've got here is a collection of items that have been found around and in the gardens and various places, and a section of the original roof was, when we did some repairs, saved a piece of that, so that can see the shingles that were originally on the roof over nearly 200 years ago. The building was actually converted into a boys' school around about 1870, 1880, and a guy by the name of Henry Southey purchased the property, and I've got a copy of the original mortgage document here. He paid £8,000 for this property in 1882 and included a little bit more acreage than we've got here. Also, one would note that behind here is Southey Street, which was named after Edmund Southey. He also built a house in Southey Street, and that house was the residence of Edmund Barton, who was the first Prime Minister of Australia. In the bygone era, it was traditional for the men to retire to a room after dinner to have a port and smoke a cigar or a pipe. And this is the smoking room. We've retained this smoking room, and it's a place where now you can simply come sit and enjoy the atmosphere in here. You can almost smell Havana cigars in here. Behind me is the original well, which is 8 foot deep, was the source of water. So I guess they found the water and then they built the inn around water because it was a pretty sought after source. What we have here is the kitchen, and it's the best example of an early Australian kitchen in Australia. It's all in original as it sits. And you can come here and have a meal and enjoy the same atmosphere in here as the early settlers.
Let me out of here!
This is the entrance where the prisoners were brought in and the supplies brought in into the cellar. From here, we walk up through the garden and we take a tour of the garden down to the Matai Creek. This is Jack. He's one of my best friends. You might run into him on the walk. He'll take you for a guided tour. Jack's a lovely little dashie crossed with a Jack Russell, aren't you, Jack? Just about wraps it up for the History Walk edition of our history tour. Come and join us. It's quite a lovely experience.